You just witnessed a store owner buying fake product to sell in his store. This is Canal Street, where you can buy a Rolex for $40. And it's not just watches. They've got Louis V bags, Dior sunglasses, Yeezys, Gucci belts, and even Apple products.
Also cheap.
And all of this is happening right in front of the police.
How much are you charging?
200.
200? How much for the AirPod?
AirPod
50. Apple Watch?
That was 7.
70. Pretty good.
We know original.
It's fake, yeah.
要确定，因为外面警察太多了。
它和真的就有区别吗？没有区别。
当然有点区别啦，
有一点区别，
有一点点区别，但是整体上看上去，你跟170块比是很好吃。
他们会过来收这个包吗？如果他们看到了，
当然了。
他们会收啊。那为什么他们不收他们的包？他们那个地方
都一样的，他们会跑的。
哦，他们会跑，但是警察就不追了。
也是追的，所以说不能让他们看到。
But while this has been going on for years, their business is not what it used to be.
While e-commerce has been booming recently, these sellers have seen a sharp decline in sales.
Because why would you buy fakes on the street
when you can get all the same fake products online? But regardless of where you're buying the fake products from, it's going to be 1/6 of the cost of the real stuff. And what's crazy is even 17-year-old kids can make 10 grand selling these fake shoes. I wanted to hear about your experience selling fake shoes.
I think the most I did before I got shut down was $1,000 in a day.
$1,000 in one day?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 17.
Oh my god! What the $728? What?
Yeah, it got shut down. I used the branded pictures and the logos. And the second I started making money with it, Shopify looked into it more, and I got terminated, and I couldn't even fulfill like some of the orders.
So how did you even get into that?
I looked around and I saw how much demand there was for the shoes, and I'd been trying e-commerce for a while, and I couldn't find a good product. And I heard about this website that makes fakes.
You were listing them on like some Shopify site and then just drop shipping?
Yeah. I mean, it was called Replicas, or I'm not gonna say the full name, but I said something replicas.
So people knew they were fake?
Yes, they did know they were fake, and the prices were to the point where it made sense they were fake. And there was still a huge margin on them. Like I kid you not, I was getting Yeezy slides for $3 and selling them for $30. It was ridiculous.
$3?
But all of this is only a small portion of counterfeit products on the market. Most have been sold as real products to customers.
Yeah, from New York? Yeah.
They have the best fakes, bro.
So I contacted a seller who supplies hype clothing to nearly half of the sneaker stores on the East Coast to find out what's the real deal behind this fake market.
So how does the business actually work?
So we get most of our products from China and overseas. And the overseas in China, they distribute it to a middleman who's located in the US. And he has to at least spend $20,000 when he's buying from China. The Chinese distribute to him. He has to now distribute it to the resellers located in the US. So it's just like a chain effect. It's from China to the middleman to the resellers. And then the resellers obviously sell to the stores.
So where do you fall in that chain?
From China. I work with the guy buying from China.
Okay, so the guy buys from China and sends it to you, and you then sell to the stores.
Exactly.
How many stores in the States do you think sell fake clothing?
About 90%.
90%, and that's like Spider, Dental Tears, Hellstar?
All of it.
So how much are you actually paying for the fake hoodies?
For the fakes, I pay about 30% for the bad fakes, and about 50% for the good looking ones.
50% of just market price?
Yes.
So how much money do you make from this?
I make about 20 to 25K a month.
20 to 25 a month?
Yeah.
So how many hoodies is that?
A whole lot.
That's a lot of hoodies.
I didn't really give you a number.
Okay. So what's the difference between the good fakes and the bad fakes?
I'll say for the good fakes, they basically use the same material, the same blanks, and they pretty much just print right over it the same exact design. So you really can't identify whether it's real or not.
So then the bad fakes are just like cheaper materials?
Cheaper material, and if anything, a slip up on the design.
Why do these Chinese sellers only, like you said the minimum is $20,000 per order. Why don't they just go and consumer it? Because they're paying the most, right?
It just doesn't make sense. They'd rather deliver in bulk. And at the same time, they're trying to stay low key.
I got you. They don't want too many transactions.
Yeah, because it could possibly get traced and
Got it.
a whole bunch of extra stuff. It can get too complicated on their end.
So why don't you just buy from China? Why do you buy from the middleman?
That's too much of a risk because you're just talking to a random person from China. There's no promises that he's going to ship you your product after you pay him. So,
Okay, so people getting scammed in the fake game too?
all the time,
Okay.
it's the same thing.
How are you even contacting these people from China? Or how is the suppliers?
I don't contact them. They find you.
They find you?
Yeah, they'll hit you on Instagram for the most part. And then after a little conversation on Instagram, they'll transfer the conversation to WhatsApp.
So we know how the fake clothing game works now, but I think you'll be shocked when you hear how the sneaker side operates.
So how are fake sneakers actually made? The shoes are being produced in Putian, China, in factories where during the day they're making real stuff, and then at night they're making the fake base. A shoe like this would cost them between $10 and $20 to produce, on top of the machine to actually make the mold, which can cost between $10,000 and $50,000. And then they gotta wait 3 to 6 months for the shoes to actually get produced. And because they're tying up capital for so long, when the shoes are finally made, they just wanna move them as soon as they can, which is why the price is so cheap. But even though they're super cheap, their margins are crazy. Right here, I got a pair of Jordan 4 Frozen Moments, but they're fake. Retail is $210, resale is $340. We paid $52 for these. Then right here, everyone's favorite shorts. Mesh shorts, Eric Emanuel, you know them. $98 retail, around $110, $120 market. We paid $12 for these. And I'm gonna take both of these to a local sneaker store, see if the owner can legit check them, tell if they're fake, and then ask him how the fakes are impacting his business. I got a shoe for you today.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if you can tell me if it's real or not. Jordan 4 Frozen Moments.
Okay. Box already looks a little weird. And the smell is just sheesh. Disgusting, to be honest. These are definitely no good. 100%
Just off the smell.
Off the smell alone. I mean, off the box alone, I didn't even have to really open the box. You could really tell.
What's off with the box? I'm curious.
This size tag, you see how glossy that looks?
Yeah, it's supposed to be just a
Yeah,
matte
it looks
finish.
really weird. But yeah, like even the color of the shoe looks crazy. Like this material is insane.
So you can tell 100%, no question.
Yeah. I mean, look at the chrome, like,
Yeah.
looks like plastic.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, these are definitely no good. Yeah, I mean, just look at the color of the box. Like you see this shade of black is completely different to this. Even the red on the Jumpman is different. Even the gray and the speckles is different. And then you just look at the size tag label. It's got like a different shade of gloss. And probably if you feel the boxes, they feel a little different too. Yeah, I mean, shape is definitely off.
Totally
if you look at it, this cut's like going way more up. And the shape of the shoe just looks like more bulky.
Do you think a regular customer would be able to come in here and understand that those are fake?
It depends. If they're a sneakerhead, they'll probably know it'd be fake just by looking at it. But if it's like a normal average person that's just walking around and, you know, trying to look for a pair of shoes, probably not, to be honest. They wouldn't even know.
Yeah, fair. All right, I got an even harder challenge for you. A pair of shorts, Eric Emanuel. I don't know if you can legit check these.
Let's see. So with clothing, you always want to take a look at the tags because that would be like a telltale sign, especially with Eric Emanuel's. It'd be like different fonts and everything. Yeah, honestly, with Eric Emanuel's though, like there's so many fakes on the market that most people think they're real.
Yeah.
And there's like,
it's
really hard to tell. Yeah, like, especially on like old colorways like this too.
He tried looking for any signs that they were fake, but they look identical to the real thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like next to impossible.
You got to just legit check the seller.
I feel like they just pass this through apps all the time.
What's your process for getting legit clothing in here? How do you tell?
We try to vet it out. I mean, it's like stuff with Eric Emanuel's or stuff that we know that's faked like a lot, like spider hoodies. That's a really big one. We just try to stay away from it unless if we know we're buying it from like a real source.
We can all agree that selling fakes as real is wrong, but what's still up to debate is whether buying fakes knowing they're fake is okay. In my opinion, if you can't afford it, don't buy it, but who am I to tell you what to do? Do what you think is right.